Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the steps I'm using to set up my children and how you can set up yours for financial success that'll last a lifetime. My name is Darius Lester. I have been in the Air Force for 13 years where I'm financial management supervisor, and I'm also a financial coach. I love helping parents and their children master money, finish debt, and build investments. Too many children start off their adult lives with consumer debt, credit cards, student loans, and other trying things like credit scores that make it hard to get by. In Mammoth Money Academy, which is a course I created, we help skip all those things because we teach them. We teach them now while they're young before they even get a chance to put their hands on a credit card. We set them up on the path to financial success before they have a chance to mess everything up and then need to fix it on the back end. So, uh, you should check that out. There's a link in the description. Anyways, today we're going to focus on how to set your child up with actual money. The steps that you should take as a parent so that your kid will have money, whether it be for college, whether you want them to invest forever, or maybe you want to start their retirement fund for them. That's what I plan on doing. Okay, so 3-step method. Step one. Step one, you should, I gotta look at my notes. Step one, you should invest, not save. Um, Too many people in my neck of the woods focus too much on saving and not enough on investing. I understand saving is simpler. We've heard about it more. It doesn't sound like a scam, but honestly, when you really get into weeds of it, saving is more of a scam than investing is. Because when you save money, the bank is investing it. And when you invest money, you're investing it. I'd rather be investing it than have the bank invested so I can make the full returns. So um, since we're talking about investing for our children, I'm going to bring up the UTMA and the UGMA. That's the UTMA and the UGMA. Doesn't really matter what that stands for. It's not important. Just know this is an investment tool that you can use. You can jump on Fidelity. You can go find a financial counselor and they'll set it up for you. I think I'm actually doing both. Basically, the reason you want to do this is they'll invest this money and the money goes into a custodial account. That means that you're in charge of it for now, but when your child turns 18, the money will be rolled over to them. And you want it in this custodial account and you want to use the UTMA or the UGMA because there's a tax advantage to it. Basically, all this money and the interest that you're uh, building up, over these years on it will not be taxed. That's an amazing benefit. So for that reason, that's why I'm utilizing that as opposed to using my own personal investment models, because even though I'm going to give that money to my child, I'm going to have to pay all the taxes on it. And I prefer not to do that. So UTMA, UGMA, start there, get those started as soon as possible. I have a 6-month-old daughter who's actually asleep right here next to me. That's why I'm in my bedroom. And I just started one for her. It's nothing too complicated. I'm just putting a few dollars every month. I'll get used to paying that. And by the time she is ready to go off to school, she can use some of that money to pay for college, or she can save it, invest it somewhere else, and be a millionaire in her early 40s. And that's without her doing anything. Early 30s if she decides to contribute to it as well. Now I'm rambling. Let's get back on topic. So UTMA, UGMA, write that down. Go start one for your children. Let's see. So number two. Number two is education. It's not enough just to give your children money. You have to give them the education behind it. You should share with them how you built up that stockpile of money. You can start telling them whenever you want to. By the time they're teenagers, you should definitely be talking to them about it. Saying, hey, I have this custodial account for you. You're going to get X and X amount of money. When you turn 18, I want you to know, one, how hard I worked for this. I want you to know that I did this, by taking this much money out of every single one of my paychecks. I'm not giving this to you to go blow it. You should learn from my example and you should start taking money out of your paychecks to make it grow even larger. These lessons don't normally get talked about in households enough. So I think if you go out of your way to do it and you do it regularly, right? Because it's a teenager, we have to do things regularly to get them to understand. Eventually, it'll sink it. And then, just another part of teaching, we can talk to them about, let's look at the notes. Yeah, do that. Cool. Run by them some numbers. So I have already jotted down, so pulling this marker, some hypothetical numbers for you. So the median income in America is about $60,000, right? So you can just say, okay, we'll just assume somebody has $60,000. I always advise people invest at least 10% of whatever they make, right? So out of every $10 you invest, out of every $10 you make, you should invest $1. Tracking? Cool. Now, 60,000, 10% of that would be what? 6,000. Cool. 6,000 divided by 12 to figure out how much we need to save a month. It's 500. $500. Some people might say, Darius, I can invest $500 a month. It's 10%. You should fix whatever you're spending your money on. But besides that, sure. You know what? I'll do 500, 250. All right. Cut it in half. So now you're doing 5% of whatever you make. So 250, and so I'll use my daughter as an example. 250. My daughter is 6 months right now. So I got 18 years. 250 times 18 years would give me $169,000, right? That's a lot of money. $169,000 just by investing 5% of whatever I make every single month. All right. Now, $169,000. If I give that to my daughter when she turns 18 and she ends up using 100,000 of it on life, whether it be school, a car, both, who knows? Boom, $100,000 gone. But she keeps that other 69,000 and throws it back into the market. She decides to invest that. She doesn't have to add a cent to it, not one penny, not one nickel. Just that money I already gave her, minus 100,000, right? She can enjoy that. And then she decides to go and invest that 69,000. When she invests that 69,000, and let's say she puts it into an account, she wants to save it to her retirement. By the time she retires, right? That'll be 42 years, right? 18 plus 42 equals 60. That's retirement age. She will have $8 million. Pause for applause. That's $8 million just because I put $250 away every month for 18 years. And then that was it. I didn't add any more money to it after 18. She never added any money to it at all. She was just living. And because she decided to go put that money back into the market and let it sit there until she was ready to retire, she ends up with $8 million. And if you're wondering how she would have 1 million around her early 40s, same scenario. She doesn't have to contribute anything to it. If she just lets it sit there, it would cross that $1 million mark around her early 40s. But that also is a lesson on compounding interest because at early 40s, she just now hit 1 million. But 20 years after that, she's at 8 million. Crazy. But this is not a compounding interest show episode. So we're going to move on. All right. Hopefully you got those numbers. That's part of the education part. Tell that to the child so they can know, maybe I shouldn't blow all this money so I can have $8 million later. And that's after blowing 100,000. That's fine. No need to spend the whole thing. You can still enjoy the money. Just don't enjoy all of it. Put some of it away so you can enjoy more of your life later. All right. So step 1, you remember what that was? Invest. Don't save. Start that UTMA, start that UGMA. Go ahead and start putting money into it. I just told you how much it'll turn into. Start now. Number 2, educate. You have to educate these children. There's too many people who work really hard, start all these businesses and give all this stuff to the kids, and the kids blow through everything because they never got taught how to manage it and how to deal with it. And then number 3 is pretty much that second part I was talking about, is what they have to do. So pretty much step 1 is what you're doing. Step 2 is you teaching them about, what you did. And then step 3 is what they have to do. So it's after they get out, they can either put that money into an IRA, which is their own, retirement account, or they can just start investing themselves. Differences, like we said, is the taxes. Sure, you might be able to get a bigger return doing stuff yourself. I don't know how investment savvy you are, but they just need to know what their options are, and then they need to go forth and make the right one. So that's the three-step method. But in addition to that, I'll just throw out another scenario. So uh, let's say you're not starting while your child is 0, right? Or 6 months. So I also have a teenager. He is 4. He's about to turn 15. But let's just say teenager. Let's start ninth to graduation, right? Ninth grade to graduation. That'll be 4 years. So same scenario. You go ahead, be like, I'm starting late, but that's okay. I'm gonna give you something. You give them $250 every month. You invest that for them, right? Same thing. You can go ahead, throw it in a custodial account. UGMA, keep saying it, UGMA. Put 250 into that account. Do that for the next 4 years, and they will end up having about $15,000 because the market is just doing what the market do. So if you take that $15,000, you give it to them when they turn 18, be like, hey, it's not 169,000, but it's something, right? And hopefully you did step number 2, the education part. If you did that well enough, hopefully they go figure out what they're going to do about college, or maybe they go join the military or get a own job, something. And if they just take that 15K and invest it, right? Throw the entire 15K back into the market, they don't got to add nothing to it. Do whatever you want for the rest of your life. Just that 15K that you gave them from your 4 years of saving 250 a month. Now, 42 years later, when they hit retirement age at 60, they have $1.7 million. Yep, $1.7 million. And that you didn't have to be investing since they were a child. You started right when they got to high school. So you only have 4 years. And that's plenty. You're still able to make your child millionaire. It's almost 2 mil. We'll call him a multimillionaire. Why not? And just for giggles, let's say you don't do anything. You just skip step 1 altogether, but you did step 2. You educated them. You made sure they understood the importance of it. You told them, hey, I'm sorry, I was not able to do this for you, but I'm giving you this information so you can go do for yourself. You did not come from a rich family, but a rich family can come from you, right? Inspire them. If you do that, even if they go get, and this is why I said it works for all families, even if that child goes and gets a job, I don't know, flipping burgers, wiping floors, and they make $30,000 a year, right? That's half of the median income, right? 30,000, and they just have that job for the rest of their life. If they have that 30,000, but they at least listen to you, since you did step 2, and they invest 10% of what they make after 42 years, right? From 18 all the way up to 60, from that $30,000 income, they invested 10%, which is $3,000 a year. They would end up with $3 million. $3 million, even though they only made $30,000 a year. Chilling. All right. So hopefully all that made sense. Here's some of my chicken scratch. Maybe you can pause and see what I was talking about. But yeah, that's it. So if this was helpful at all, and if you're interested on other things you can do for your child to educate them and prepare them for adult life and really boost up their financial future, please click the link in the description. It'll take you to like a free training for my Mammoth Money Academy course. This is my passion. I love helping people. I love teaching, educating, all that good stuff. I want to see us all win. Thanks for watching.